Dash in front here, 1-0, as Sammy Zavala will check in for a third time. First pitch to him is a fastball that's just below the knees for a ball, 1-0. Luis Cohen goes back to work after running into a little bit of trouble in his first inning of the fifth. The 1-0 to Sammy Z. That one's in there for a called strike. Sammy Zavala with the single extended the on-base streak to 29 games. He has been magnificent in the leadoff spot. And takes this one in the dirt for a ball, 2-1. For Sammy Z, the 29-game on-base streak, it's good enough for second longest active in all of High A, and of course leads Winston-Salem. But he has done a magnificent job setting the tone as a leadoff batter. Takes a 2-1 off speed down the middle for a called strike, 2-2. Obviously, this is far and in between, but Winston-Salem 15-9 when Sammy Z is in the leadoff spot for lineups. As he taps a 2-2 back in the air towards left field, Rodriguez gives a hand out to his center fielder, makes a play moving to his left, and retires Sammy Z.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 7, Gerald Perez.
Speaking of setting the tone, that's exactly what Gerald Perez did in the bottom of the first. His solo shot still stands alone as the lone run of the ball game. It was a monster shot, almost to the top of the grass berm and left. First pitch to Perez. Hammered again, deep left field. Back goes Rodriguez at the track, at the wall. He will leap and make a grab. You've got to be kidding me. Ferry Rodriguez crashing into the LED sign out there, and he appears to be hurt. Makes a whale of a play, running with his back to the infield. Somehow had a beat on that baseball. That was stung 100 off the bat of Perez, who has stood with his hands on his hips right in front of second base. He can't believe it.
Well, those are the types of heroics that you have to bring out in such a tight game. 1-0 Winston-Salem, still anybody's ball game, and so Rodriguez takes a bit of a risk going head-to-head with that LED wall that's only guarded by some metal fencing. And so if you take a tumble into it like he did, it can rough you up a little bit. But he's on 2 feet now, and they're checking him out.
How bad do these two teams want to go to the playoffs?
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, both teams really have a lot to fight for. Greenville, of course, right now near the top of an extremely tight Southern League South division, just 2 games back. That's tied with Bowling Green, who already clinched their playoff berth in the first half. So really, it's just Greenville clawing toward the top against Hub City, who's 2 games ahead in first.
32-28 are the Spartanburgers, as Rodriguez is taking a couple of warm-up jogs, gets a high five from his manager and his center fielder. They're fired up after that play and left, and how could you not be? A heroic play to rob Gerald Perez of what appeared to be extra bases for certain. And so now there's 2 gone in the home side of the 6th. Remember, Winston-Salem still in front 1-0 and still with playoff aspirations of their own. They've got a lot to do, take it 1 game at a time. First things first, a win in 4 of the 6 here would do numbers, and then they need Hub City to also drop a couple games to the Rome Emperors. For Winston-Salem, though, a team that is 28-31, as Alec Makarevich swings over the top of a slider, 0-1. A chance to finish with an above 500 record for the season. If they win 5 games, they would finish 33-32. If they win 4, they finish 500 in the second half. 0-1 to AMAC. It's at the shoe tops for a ball, 1-1. Makarevich struck out in his last at-bat, part of a trio of strikeouts in the bottom of the 4th. 1-1 is outside for a ball, 2-1.
Right now, by the way, Hub City trails 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th against the Rome Emperors.
We'll keep an eye on that all week, as the 2-1 to AMAC is at the shoe tops for another ball and another changeup, 3-1. Hitters friendly to Alec Makarevich. He had 4 homers in the month of August. 3-1 pitch. He'll take the walk. The free pass is his first time on base tonight, and he tries to get a 2-out rally going in the bottom of the 6th, a 1-0 Winston-Salem lead.
And would you not just love to see Kyle Lodies knock one over the wall right here?
Yeah. All 3 of his pro ball home runs have been in this ballpark. They've also all been over the left field wall. We will certainly keep an eye out. Swings at a first pitch changeup, but comes up empty, 0-1.
Well, that's definitely one you'd like to get underneath. Breaking ball toward the top of the zone.
No balls and a strike to the dash shortstop, Kyle Lodice. Swings and misses at a slow-moving slider at 78 miles an hour. It's 0-2. One thing I've noticed with Lodice is, so stereotypically you want the high pitches to get under. He's a guy who loves to drop to a knee.
Yep.
0-2. Takes it for a called strike 3 right on the outside corner. A pretty pitch to send away the 6th.
Up goes the ball, and away we go on a Friday night. Phoenix and Cougars. Taylor Barbeau has it, swings it to her twin, Taryn Barbeau. Those two are always on the floor, and they work so well together, Grace, as Taryn gets it back, swings it into the far corner. As this is Tyja Beans with it. Hands it off for Tugis, who cannot get that one to fall. Rebound goes to the Cougars. Out wide to Taylor Barbeau, who's off the back heel of the iron, no good. And a whistle on the floor. It will go on Lene Corbett, her first foul.
Well, what can happen is a couple of things that we just saw on the floor, right? You can't give up 2 opportunities like that and then leave someone wide open. You're lucky she missed on that one. Settle yourselves, bring the energy, and start to, corrupt their defense a bit.
Down the lane, no good on the floater goes Taylor Barbeau. This is a Charleston team as Lene Corbett goes coast to coast and makes up for that early foul.
And that's exactly the kind of start you want, right? Get a really good defensive stop, turn over to the left side of the court, and put it in for 2.
Rare start for the Cougars, who boast the best field goal percentage in the conference. Corner, it works for Taryn all the way across court. Tugis lines up a triple and misses off the backside of the iron, poked out of bounds. And it is into the Phoenix bench, last touched by the black jerseys of the Cougars. Talk about a touchdown pass from Marasia Pats.
It's almost like she knows the Super Bowl is coming a little bit, but put that one in the hands of her teammate perfectly. Good vision up the court.
Phoenix force a lot of turnovers on defense. They're looking to limit the turnovers. Here's Anderson from the wing. Cha-ching!
Found her spot, held her spot. Bang, bang move there from Lele Anderson.
4 straight games in the D-Fig for number 12. 4 straight double-figure performances for the Energizer Bunny, as coined by her coach. They need her to perform if they want to make a run down the stretch. Here's Tugis in the corner. Right back to Taylor Barbeau with 10 to shoot. Tugis lines up a tray. Not this time. Rebound goes to Tamia Watkins under the hoop, the freshman who just had a double-double in her last performance. Ahead to Anderson. Stops on a dime, double-teamed, and turned over.
And that was just a tough pass, right? Someone was standing right in the way as they're pushing the pace here.
What a find down low. Back out Taryn Barbeau. She'll uncork and finally breaks the seal.
Well, and that word finally is exactly what I was going to start to describe, right? One of those times was going to break. You have to start to settle here a little bit if you're Elon.
Anderson back to Walker. She'll uncork and cash in.
And that's physical basketball there. Play really good defense. All right, lose 3 points, put 3 up of your own. Really impressive start here from Elon.
Taking a page out of the Cougars' book, who have the best three-point percentage in the conference, and that's why Tugis knocks one down.
Again, we said it was a matter of time before those points just started to quickly accumulate here.
2 baskets for the Cougars, both triples. Anderson looking for her second basket, won't find it. But the Phoenix will find the basketball back after this one ricochets off of the face of the All-CAA third-teamer from a season ago. That's Taylor Barbeau, the junior.
Well, it's interesting. Corbett just pulled together a team and said, all right, let's slow down now, right? They're playing a little bit of bully ball, we'll call it, back and forth. Start to find yourself here.
Walker tries to feed it down low to Corbett. Well, that's too easy for Ezebilo to poke away. Taylor Barbeau. A bounce pass to her twin. Taryn uncorks. Back iron, no. Rebound to pass, who's trying to get out in front. Can she? All the way down, the scoop layups up and home.
Smooth, strong finish there from pass, right? She knew she had a little bit of it, didn't go for the foul, went for the 2 points. Excellent job there from pass.
Well, she had great vision against Hampton. 6 assists and her first 2 points of the contest tonight. Into the corner, here's Taryn Barbeau, another try. And still trying to find the bottom of the basket. You can see the body language on 5. It's not the best right now.
Well, it's interesting as you take the look at the really excellent coast-to-coast there, a little bit of action, too, on pass. They almost are dumping it right now to Charleston to the middle, trying to draw Elon in and then say, all right, corner's got to be open. But look at this here, already in a full-court press this early in the game.
Yeah, and this is what the Cougars are going to try and do. Charleston, as we mentioned, this entire broadcast will say it, 8-0, their best start to a conference season in program history. 16-3 overall is amazing. 8-0 in conference is even better. But they play this full court press to try and tire out their opponent. They know how good they are. It's just a matter of time before their opponent gets a little bit fatigued. Phoenix trying to avoid that as Corbett can't finish on the tough lay. Watkins pulls it down and puts it home.
It was a really good job there by Watkins. She didn't feed into it, made a full 360 pirouette, and then found the glass.
13 and 15 for Watkins in that last win against Hampton, her second double-double of her career and of the season. Down low, Ezebilo goes up and puts home the mid-range J.
I think what's going to become interesting here is this full court press kind of continues. Charleston's in the top 20 in turnover margins. You can already see that they are kind of pushing it a little bit. Top 20 in the country, as there's a bit of conversation right now on what that, was there a double touch? Who's getting the ball back? But I think that's what they're trying to clarify.
It'll go back to the Phoenix. The official on the far side is talking to the scorer's table. As you get a look at home, want to tell you that it's Carla Fountain, Kevin Sparrock, and Bruce Morris as your officials tonight. Up ahead, Walker. Phoenix in front by 4 as Walker leaves it down low for Corbett. Off the glass, counted and a foul. 5's going to the line for the first time.
It was such a composed play from behind the court, right? A really good dump there down low to say, I can't take it, but you will. Excellent toughness there from Corbett.
How about the eagle eyes from Walker, too? 2 defenders in her face, no problem. We got someone on the low block to put it home, and that's the Lene Corbett physicality that we talk day and night about as she tries to cap off the 3-point play, but leaves it off the right side of the basket, no good. And Charleston stays down by 6. Uncharted territory for the Phoenix. They led for about a minute and a half, close to 2 minutes in that first game. But it was Charleston who had the lead wire to wire. Phoenix really only got as close as that 1 or 2 after the initial 3-2 at the start of the ballgame.
Well, you had to imagine on the flip side, the conversation today was you got to play aggressive from the start, and you can't play catch-up, right? I use this kind of comparison all the time, but it's almost like one of those track meets where you don't want to get lapped. You don't want to get lapped here by Charleston because they're just going to keep on running.
Speaking about running, head coach Charlotte Smith calls Lene Corbett a bull in a china shop at times, and well, she just ran through her offensive opponent there, picks up her second foul. She'll head to the bench. That's a big loss for the Phoenix. Fouled out for the first time in their last home game against A&T. Taryn Barbeau a 3. No shooter's bounce this time as pass somehow pulls down that board. By the way, Fulmore in the game for Lene Corbett. As pass, double teamed at the stripe, and now turns it over. Up ahead, Tugis. One more pass that's in and out of the fingertips of Tyja Beans, who had 11 points against NCA&T in Charleston's last win. But this is a turnover, and the Phoenix will head back the other way.
It was a smart move, though, there by Anderson because she saw that if she put a little bit of pressure on that run, that ball was going out of bounds.
Under 5 minutes in our opening stanza of this poem, as Anderson's double teamed by the Charleston bench, physicality ensues. Jump ball is called on that far side, and that will take us to break. Through 5, Phoenix with a 6-point lead. Charleston, the best team in the conference, down early in the Schar Center.